Hey guys, Metal Driver 89 here, bringing you another WWE Elite review. And today I'm going to be taking a look at the WWE Network Spotlight, Jinder Mahal. Looking at the side of the box, you see an image of Jinder Mahal, and on the other side you see his name. Looking at the back of the box, you see the TrueFX logo, an image of Jinder Mahal, stats, career highlights, a description of this figure, and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. Career highlights include WWE Champion and United States Champion. The description states, the modern-day Maharaja shocked the world when he successfully defended the WWE title at SummerSlam. Relive Jinder Mahal's championship matches on the WWE Network. Stats include, from Punjab, India, weight 238 pounds, height 6 feet 5 inches, and finisher, the Colossus. Alright, now that we have taken a look at the box, we can go ahead and open this figure up and take a closer look at Jinder Mahal. And here we have Jinder Mahal out of the packaging, but before we take a look at the figure, let's take a closer look at the accessories that he comes with. So he comes with two interchangeable hands, which are pretty stylized. I like how these look, so these would be great for doing poses in the ring. He also comes with a WWE Championship belt, which we have seen many times before, so this looks really good. Alright, now taking a look at the head sculpt, it looks really good. I like how this turned out. The sculpt work looks really good. The TrueFX digital printing looks outstanding on this figure. This isn't the first time we've seen this head sculpt. I do believe it was released with a basic Jinder Mahal figure. The paintwork looks really good on this, so overall really nice. Back of the head you see all this nice flowing locks on his hair. Not a lot of paint detailing in there, but still looks really good. Alright, now before I look at the rest of the figure, I do want to note that my arm is kinda loose. So that's a little disappointing. This is actually the second figure in this wave that I had a loose joint or body part. My Asuka figure, if you watch that review, had a very loose torso, whereas this arm is loose. Alright, now looking at the rest of the figure, so looking at the body, he's very muscular. You can actually see his veins on his biceps, which looks really cool and gross at the same time. The rest of the body, there's not a lot of paint detailing on the actual body itself, but that's normal and that's to be expected with WWE Elite figures. The paintwork usually goes into their outfits or their in-ring attire. So he's wearing yellow, you've got a blue design around the waist here. Looks really good. And then you have this plant flower. Not exactly sure what kind of plant it is, but it looks really nice. Then on the back of the trunks, again, you have more of that plant design. And then it also says Maharaja on the back. Hopefully I pronounced that right and I'm not butchering it. So that looks really good. Looks to be a little bit of missing paint right there. Actually, looking at it closer, I can't tell if that's missing paint or if that's actually an intentional design. Kind of almost looks like a teardrop or a raindrop of some sort. I'll have to look that up myself. Then he's got some large yellow knee pads with black trimming at the top. And then the boots are just standard black boots. And then he has his black wrist tape around his wrists, which are painted on, so these aren't those plastic ones that can slide up and down. So overall, the body looks good. The paintwork looks really nice on his in-ring attire, so that looks good. Again, the only issue that I have so far is this loose joint. Alright, going over the articulation on the figure, his head is on a ball joint, which allows it to go that far down and that high up, which isn't a large range of motion at all. His head can turn side to side, and there is tilting motion as well. The arm can rotate all the way around. There is a hinge which allows it to go that high up. He has a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow which is almost 90 degrees. There is a swivel at the wrist along with a hinge. He has an ab crunch which allows it to go that far down and that far back. He has a waist swivel. The hips are on a ball joint which allows it to go that far out, that high up. There's a thigh cut which allows for rotation. He has double jointed knees, which it is hindered a bit by the knee pad. That is a very large knee pad. There is a boot cut and a hinge at the ankle which allows it to go that far down, that high up, and there is slight ankle pivot. Alright, and here's the new Spotlight Jinder Mahal action figure next to the previous released Elite Jinder Mahal figure that was an exclusive figure released with the SmackDown Elite ring. Alright, so what are my thoughts on this Jinder Mahal action figure? I think it's a pretty solid figure, despite the fact that mine has a very loose arm. That should not be a widespread issue, that's probably just me having bad luck with this wave. However, I think this is a really good figure. I like the yellow attire, the paint came out very well, the head scan is really good. Even though this isn't a brand new head scan and we've seen this before, I think it works, especially on this Elite figure. I think this is a really good figure to have in your collection, especially if you want figures from the current roster. As I mentioned before, the previous Elite Jinder Mahal came with the SmackDown Elite scale ring, and I know a lot of collectors didn't want to spend almost $100 on a ring just to get their hands on an Elite figure. So this is a great figure to pick up, especially if you missed out on the previous version. So if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, why don't you subscribe so you can see more WWE Elite reviews. As always, stay tuned till the end to see pictures of this figure in action, and I'll see you next time.